Hello, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be sharing something really nice with you all today. Give me a moment here. I want you all to share this live if you don't mind. It's always great when others can join in the conversation, especially one as interesting as this. So what I am asking is that you all would be so gracious as to invite others to join in on this live. I'm going to be showing you something that for me was very inspiring to see. I love to see things such as this, promoting positive things in our community that our people are doing, things that seem very reachable and attainable. And so, again, give me a moment here. I am going to be getting others to join in as well. Like I said, I love sharing these kinds of things because sometimes people don't realize exactly what they are able to do unless you show them the way, if you know what I mean. And so that's what I'm going to be doing here. Just bear with me one moment. I'm actually sharing it on one of our other channels as well, so that's what's taking me just a moment here. Trust me, this is going to be a treat. Now, I follow a lot of different channels that highlight and promote certain different alternative type building structures, right? I think this is something that we really need to consider, share, talk about, you know what I mean? Because they are making it very difficult for people to live, right? Making it very difficult for people to live. And so what this brother has done, in which I have shared this, hope you all have as well. I'm going to dive into this now. What this brother has done is he has proven that you can do this in a very affordable way. So he's able to put this on someone else's land. That's what makes it so great as well. Okay. And by the work of his own hands, brother has plushed this thing out. Okay. He's done a great job. If you have any type of carpentry skills, even if they're very basic carpentry skills, any type of home improvement skills, anything of the sort, this is something you can do. Now, one point he made in the video, he made a point that if you're doing a tiny home on wheels, that trailer alone is going to cost you a pretty penny, because you have to have a certain type of trailer for these. It has to be able to support the structure that you're building on it, right? But he made a point that this thing, you drop it on the ground, as long as you have a permanent place that you can put this with no restrictions, you drop it on the ground, you save the expense of that trailer from a mobile tiny home. So let me show you all something real quick here. I wanted to share with you actually the video. Well, some of the video. I'm just going to do a screen image of it so you can see that. Okay, so take a look at this, and you're going to see some of the interior work that the brother has done. Just give me a moment here. I'm going to get that playing for you. Okay, there you go. So we're going to look at this together. I've already seen it, but look at how he's opening this thing up. Okay, he is going to show you the excellent work that he has done on the shipping container. Watch this. He opens up the doors. Okay. Hold on, let me make sure this is... Oh, what's going on here? Hold on one second, family. Hold on one second. It is looping the page that I'm sharing. Hold on one second. I'm trying to chat with you all, so my apologies for that. Hold on one second. One second here. Give me one moment. I want you to see the interior, not the looping of what my studio is doing. I did something a little bit off. So just give me, okay, so here's this. Okay. One moment here. Sometimes it would really be great to have a technical team that could do certain things for you on the back end so you don't make these strange mistakes. I want you to see the interior, the interiors of his shipping container. And I did this thing totally wrong, but I'm going to get back around to it in just a moment. I'm going to get back around to it because what he's done is incredible. Okay, so there it is. Bringing it back up now. And I thank you all for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Coming back around to it in just a moment. So there it is. And here you are. You can share it with me now. I'm going to show that to you. Okay, there we go. So this is the interior of the Brothers Digs here. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. The work that he has done is incredible. I'm so impressed with it. The size of it is, I believe, is a 40-footer. And they're only 8 feet wide, but look at what he's done with it. It looks fabulous, right? And he's showing you what he was able to accomplish. Come on now. Don't be freezing up on me. Okay. Is everybody else is still playing? Because mine has frozen up. Boy, I tell you. Okay. Look at all of this amazing stuff this brother did with his own hands, y'all. With his own hands. And so he pointed out, if you go to the video itself, in which I'll share the link for you, he pointed out that you can get these shipping containers, 2,500, 3,500. Now, it's freezing up from time to time, but I think it will play back because I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm playing it straight from their channel. But it look, yeah, like someone pointed out, they like the ceiling. That ceiling looks incredible. I love it. Okay. Let me know if the freezing has stopped, because I don't know what to say about that. I have it on playing and it keeps stopping and going for me. Let me know if it's freed up. Okay. Look at this incredible work this brother is doing. Someone says that it keeps saying that the live has moved. What is going on with that? Okay, what I might have to do is drop a link so you all can go to the video yourselves. I was trying to let you see the house. I don't understand why it's saying that the live has moved. I'm not understanding that at all. It hasn't went anywhere. You know. But the work that was done on this brother's tiny home is incredible. It's a shipping container, 8 foot wide by 40 feet. Some people say that that's too small for them, but what he's done looks so incredible that I say, hey, sometimes you have to be a little uncomfortable if that's what you call uncomfortable. This looks great. This is the kind of discomfort a lot of people would accept over even a studio apartment. This looks great. He did fabulous work, especially being able to get the shipping container for $1,500 to $2,500, $3,000, right? I don't like the freezing up. We are not having any weather issues right now, so I'm not sure why that's happening, but it is. I will drop the link for you so that you'll be able to go and see the video yourself on the actual channel where it is. And also the fact that he was able to put this on someone else's property. I'm going to drop the link on my husband's, using my husband's profile here. That's the link to the actual video for those of you who want to go check it out. But this is incredible. I love the work he's done, and a lot of people are starting to think outside of the box. Moesha says this looks better than some of these New York City apartments they're charging an arm and a leg for. Absolutely. And especially if you can find an area that is that have no restrictions, and you have a friend or something that will allow you to place it on your property, that's a great deal. So I'm going to stop the video now. And I apologize for all of the buffering. I don't know what that was about. Again, we are not having any weather issues right now. But what this brother was able to do, and he's also talking about how sometimes you can get even better deals on damaged or slightly damaged shipping containers. Now, he shows you some things to look out for too, because most of these are used. He basically says that it's not a good idea to get a shipping container that have evidence of little rust spots. Okay. Make sure that this is because that could prove to be very costly in the future at some point for you. So he gives some pointers as well. So he's not just telling you buy a shipping container home, but he's also telling you what to look out for. And so I thought this was really, really good. I thought this was a great transformation that he was able to do here. And I love it. I absolutely love what the brother put together. So many other examples of this being done as well. So many other examples. And that being said, what do you all think about tiny homes in general? What do you think about shipping container homes? Some people even have tree houses. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Especially with the fact that they are actually forcing a lot of people into homelessness. The rising price of houses and all kinds of things going on. What are your thoughts on this amazing shipping container home that this brother built? I mean, I thought the work that he did on the interior finishes was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, he did some great work, and he's a teacher, So all of that being said, when you see someone just making a choice, a conscious choice to just do something different, person making a choice to say, look, I'm not going to sit here and just twiddle my thumbs while they tell me the economy is changing and the housing market is doing just terrible and all of this. I'm going to do something about it. Now, these are great options for renters, especially if you know someone who has land that is in an unrestricted area. Unrestricted meaning they don't have any restrictions on what you're able to do. Right? Even if you're able to buy your own property that's unrestricted, sometimes you can find property very inexpensively in an unrestricted area to where they don't care what you do, They don't care what you do. We bought not a shipping container, but we did buy a few of the 53-foot, one 53-foot and wait a minute. One was 53 foot, one was 28 feet, and one was 43 feet. Tractor trailer containers. I guess you can call them containers, tractor trailer, whatever they call them. And our goal in the future, the Most High willing, of course, is to convert those into living quarters as well. I think there'll be great projects. We were able to get those containers fairly inexpensively, right around the same amount that the guy got the shipping containers for. I think they're going to be fun projects. I think also is going to show us what we're able to do. We've seen others do it as well, like this brother here, and we've seen others who have transformed those containers into living quarters. Many of you know that we spent a lot of years in real estate investing when we lived in Southeast Michigan. And so there's a lot of things that my husband and I already know how to do, and we've trained our children to do things as well. Drywall, plumbing, electrical, insulation, roofing, all kinds of things. So thinking outside of the box is something we've always done, right? And so we want to encourage others to do that as well. We want to encourage others to do that as well, because again, they are making it very difficult for people to live and survive out here, right? And so if there's something you could put your own hands on and do yourself, I would definitely encourage that. I would definitely encourage that. Yeah, this brother did an excellent job. I dropped the link to the video, okay, so that those of you who want to go and see what he was talking about, you can do that. Now, one thing I love the open shelving that he put there. All of that stuff looks good to me. I love interior design. That's something I've always loved. That's something my mom has always loved. And yeah, this is the direction that the world is going. I like Cassie said in the chat, she says people are being priced out of the market and left homeless. And that's true. I mean, they are literally forcing people out of their homes in some cases. And what they are giving them for their homes is not even enough to go and buy in the same market to where they're forcing them out of, right? They will give you chump change and say, here, this is what we're giving you for this land. Now you can go somewhere else. And then when you go look somewhere else, the money that they gave you is not enough to do anything. And in some cases, if you are renting, they are shutting that opportunity down as well, where they're making the rentals no longer available because most people are graduating to vacation rentals, right? Like Airbnb or Vrbo. And so a lot of people are left out in the cold because of this, because of that. That's right, J.M. McClinton. This can be done inexpensively as a DIY project, meaning take your time. I saw one video where someone was actually using all recycled materials. They were grabbing free materials here, free materials there. They were doing all of that, you know. And by the time they were done with their house, it looked incredible. And you couldn't tell that they were using recycled materials. Sometimes you can get old wood from an old building and sand it if you have to, repurpose that stuff. And hey, you got yourself a place. Yeah, that's right, Chris G. Rentals are just as much as mortgages. As a matter of fact, they have to be, because many times the owner of the property owes a mortgage on it. So they have to charge you above and beyond what their mortgage is so that they can cover their expenses. And that's understandable. That's just the name of the game. But at the same time, when you really look at it as a renter, from a renter's perspective, you have to ask yourself, is this what I really want to do? Or do I want to invest this into my own equity, right? Now, I know that that's easier said than done as well. And someone put in the chat that you do have to crawl before you walk. We rented for many, 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 many years when we first got married. And, you know, we just kept plugging away until the Most High gave us the thing that he wanted us to do in order to get us out of that market, right? So you just plug away until you get your breakthrough. Yeah, that's right, Monster Criley. Rent is brutal. They are charging prices that are astronomical at this point. Astronomical prices for renting. And so it makes you want to really consider doing something like this. Finding an unrestricted area and build a shipping container home or something similar, a tractor trailer home. One thing about the tractor trailer, some people will buy a whole truck, but you have to make sure it's transportable first, because it has to be road legal before you could actually pull it around. This is why we opted to, we don't have a truck, we just bought the tractor trailer end, right? And so once you park it, you're good to go. But if you're trying to put it on the road, it has to be road legal. And so we have no plans of ever driving it anywhere. So that being said, I just wanted to encourage you all to think outside of the box, because again, so much is happening and it's getting very unaffordable for people to live. Sun Kiss Felicia in the chat says many are doing the same thing in vans. She's converting a Ford Transit. So that's a great point. I've been noticing a lot of people are converting vans and buses and things of that nature, to give themselves an opportunity to live debt free and being able to travel as well. I've looked at a number of different transit buses on Facebook Marketplace, because I'm always exploring other opportunities that I can share with other people as options, especially if you're single or if you're a young person who is in college or anything like that, and you want other options other than just living with parents or living on campus or anything like that. You want something that's yours, that you can live in, study in, because many of these are just really nice, really nice. And so it's not that you're that is a downgrade. They can be as nice as you want them to be, you see. Chris G in the chat says, what's sad is that some landlords would rather watch the houses rot than to charge a reasonable rent and pay the rest on the mortgage. Some can be far better than none. Yeah, there are people who have rotten attitudes, right? But there are two sides of it. Sometimes tenants can be kind of treacherous when it comes to property. We've had some great tenants and we've had some not so great tenants when we lived in Michigan. It is what it is, y'all. We've been on both sides of this. We've been renters before, and we've been renters before. Landlords. Let me just say landlords before. Being on both sides of it, we know what it's like, and we've had people intentionally trash our houses. We had one tenant who actually burned one of our houses to the ground. So we have some horror stories as landlords that we could share as well. So we can't say that we don't understand why some landlords are doing what they're doing. Okay, we understand it. Okay, but at the same time, there are some landlords who are not fair as well. You see. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, that's right. We had one of our tenants burn our house to the ground. We had one who turned the water on when it was time for her to leave because she wouldn't pay her rent. She turned the water on in the tub and just let it run all out on the floor. And I'm sorry, I had to call family, but it tore our floors up. You know how it is when water just runs onto a wood floor. It buckles and it just tears it up, right? You see. So we've had some good and some bad. And it's just unfortunate that that's how it is, right? That's unfortunate. Now, a lioness asks, can I give a quick tip on how to determine if a land doesn't have any restrictions? Okay, so the quickest and best way to find this out is whomever you're buying it from would know that. And if they don't know, you have to call the township or the county where the property is located and tell them where it is and ask them if there are any restrictions on the property. Okay, and they should let you know. Hold on one second, let me try to get back to this question. Okay, Atala says, my question is, how do you get there if you live on your own with limited income? I feel this is easier if you have a spouse or family. So I'll come back to that question in just a moment. I want to finish the one about the townships. I just wanted to acknowledge that. But yeah, find out in the listing or from the seller or from the township, and then ask them, some very specific questions. Can I put this, that, or the third on it? Even though it says restricted, what can I put on it? Just come right out and ask. Now back to Atala's question. There are some areas that have some very, very affordable land, and it depends on what state you're in, of course. Every area is different. There are situations that you can buy into where they will ask for a minimal amount down. It's like owner financing, which is a land contract, basically. They may say, look, give me $1,000 down and $300 a month, right? Some have even gone as low as $500 down and a few $100s a month. Now, for those who say it's still pausing, I apologize for that. We must have something going on with our service at this point. I don't know why it's doing this, but I'm going to continue. So here's the other thing. With buying property that is affordable, you want to be very, very careful on what area you select. Make sure it's an area that you're not going to be fearful to live in. Look at the racial demographics. Okay. You can do that by going to citydata.com and plugging in the area that you're looking to live in. Okay. And it will give you the demographics of a particular area to let you know if it's, not enough people that look like you there, then you want to steer clear of it. There are some areas that are just, very few black people there. Could be a sundown town. You want to look those things up, Yeah, that's right, Chris G. Look up those demographics. They give you crime demographics, racial demographics, all of that. And these things are very important, especially if you're trying to buy raw land somewhere and you want to build on it without restrictions. That's right, Atala, black people friendly places. It is what it is. We got to look out for those things, because there are some people who, will hunt folk down and hang them up and, strange fruit. We know that's the truth. It is what it is. Monster Criley says 1 acre in Louisiana starts at $4,200. It says the price doubled in the last 3 years. So again, sometimes you can get really good deals from private owners. Sometimes a private owner will give you the deal of a century, right? Sometimes they are estate sales. Thank you, Atala. It is city-data.com, not city data, but city-data. That is the site that we use when we're looking for certain demographics of an area, looking for the population and just different things, the demographics of the county as well as the city that you're looking in. Because it could be a city that's kind of like a city within a city type situation where the city might be so small to where it's only a population of 200 people, and the majority of those 200 people may be white, but within the county you might have a high population of black people in the county, and the city being so small, it really wouldn't matter because it's like a little small town type situation. You know what I mean? So that's what going to city-data will help you to determine. Even if it's like a little small town, it might not be a whole lot of black people in that small town, but even with that, you still want to make sure that it's racially friendly. Right? As we've gone to some really small towns where the people are very friendly and they're familiar with black faces, right? It just so happens that there are no black people that live there, or maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. But then we've gone to some areas that make it clear, look, we don't want you here. When we were first moving from Michigan, okay, and we looked in in the northern Kentucky region, there was a town where there was a house for sale. Okay. And we couldn't find the street initially, but we found a person sitting on their porch, and we asked them if they could tell us where the street was, because according to GPS, it's only a block or 2 from here, but we can't find it, blah, 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 blah. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. It wouldn't break a smile, wouldn't say anything to us, wouldn't break a smile at all, and wasn't helpful. We ended up finding it on our own, in which it was only a block or two from him. I said, oh, that guy just didn't want to help us, because in his mind, he's like, I don't want y'all moving in our town. He wouldn't smile. He told us he don't know what block we're talking about, and we're like a block or two away. And I said, okay, you just told us what time it is, and we on our way out of here, right? And even when we were looking in Tennessee, we ran into the same thing, where some towns were very, very friendly. Okay? Very, very friendly. But then other towns made it clear, nope, I don't want you here. Don't want you here. I remember we were looking in Missouri one time, and we had an incident where we were traveling back. We were traveling through Missouri at nighttime, and we were pulled over. All of our children were in a van, and we were of course, my husband was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and we were pulled over by state troopers. They said one of our lights or something was out, and the guy that was on my husband's side was yelling at us, and he was just being mean and rude, and what do you guys do? He was just talking to us very rude. And it's like the Most High did something to that other officer. He came over. He said, he started talking to us calmly. He says, it looks like that we just want you all to just get your light fixed or whatever. Because he flashed in. He saw a van full of children. He saw us, right? And so he diffused that other white cop. He said, it looks like they may just have a problem with their light. So we'll just let them go on about their business, and you guys just get the light fixed. Because he saw his buddy, right? He saw his buddy was getting all hyped up for no cotton picking reason at all, right? And in his mind, the nice cop, in his mind, he was probably saying to himself, what's your problem? Now, he didn't say any of that, but the way he responded to us was almost like, what's your problem? What are you yelling at these people for? It is totally uncalled for. That's what his actions were showing to us when he calmed it down and said, it looks like their light is, not working. So we're just going to let them go on about his business. And so, again, someone said, thank the Most High, praise the Most High. Exactly. I thank the Most High that he had this other cop there to diffuse this demon that was all revved up for no reason. Why are you all revved up for no reason? So some of you are saying it could have been a sundown town. Quite possibly, because I don't even remember what town it was. All I know is it was dark. And the thing is, we could barely see. It was so dark on the roads, you see. And so it's a shame. Chris G said his buddy was ready to collect his red rum cash. I don't know what that means, but it sounds kind of interesting. What what you were saying there. That is spooky. Those are some terrible experiences that we as so-called black people have in this country. That's why I did the one video yesterday where the cop and the European cop had to ask, how do you deal with black Americans? Because he says they're so afraid, and when they come here, we don't want them to have that fear. And that fear was put in them. That fear was put in them by U.S. cops. Ain't that something? Put in them by U.S. cops. But that's what they want. They want you to be afraid of them. And this is why you got to pray when you travel. We try to remember to pray when we travel, even if it's in the daytime, because some people are just not comfortable with us. So anyway, I kind of strayed away from the original topic, but I went there because I want those of you who are looking for land to possibly put your shipping container on. I want you to be careful and remember to look up those demographics to make sure that you're not moving into no sundown town. So thank you all for joining me. I'm done with this video. In the comment section, please share your thoughts. As always, keep it tight and right. And y'all, my computer is acting very strange right now. It's acting very strange, like it doesn't want me to end the broadcast. I'm trying to get over to end the broadcast, and my computer is acting like it doesn't want to even let me into the software to do that. Ain't that something? While I'm waiting, does anyone have any questions? Because I'm trying to get over there and it's not letting me. Okay, there it is. Thank you for joining me, family. Love you all. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Until next time, I'm out. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.